This is what I tell a lot of entrepreneurs who come through to our coaching programs, most of whom are struggling to get clients. You don't need a massive ads budget. You definitely don't need Google ads. You don't need Facebook ads. You don't need any paid ad campaign. What you need is a clear organic marketing, a blueprint that will help you generate the right kind of leads so that you can begin converting. Now, in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to share with you that particular system that we have used in our coaching programs and that we have also tried, tested, and we have seen it produce consistent results over time through a very strategic and clear and easy to follow steps that will put our entrepreneurs through. And I'm telling you, if you were to apply this particular program, you won't go wrong, and then you begin to make those kind of conversions and begin to get clients for free today. Welcome back to the channel. This is Phiri Consulting, where we help entrepreneurs or SMEs like you to build smarter and strategically, not harder. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscription to the channel. And if you're an entrepreneur who's serious about scaling your business, you want to see growth, you haven't seen it in the past, and you are so much worried about what's going to happen, now you've come to the right place. Please do subscribe to the channel. Each and every week we give out strategies that we are trying, strategies that we are proving, and strategies that we have seen produce consistent results, first and foremost here in South Africa. And I am very confident that these strategies will work everywhere else. So please do subscribe to the channel, share the videos with your other friends, and let's get into it. All right, first things first. Then let's look at the reasons why a lot of small to medium-sized businesses fail. Now, one of the most important reasons why you've seen a large failure rate to up to about 7 out of 10 of those, we are told from statistics that they fail within the first 5 years. As some are saying even as early as 3 years, most of the 7 out of every 10, which is about 70%, fail. So now, if you want to look at the reasons, is that mostly they fail to get clients. Now, why are they failing to get clients? Is because most have opted to go for a paid ad campaign. Now, the first reason, therefore, is that when you use a paid campaign, most of the time you find that you will always run out of a budget, right? You will run out of a budget, you have spent a lot of money, and it does not guarantee you any leads or any conversions. What the paid ad will do is that it will put the advert before people, but there is no absolute guarantee that you're going to have their business. So then it means that you're going to drain your coffers, you're going to drain your budget so quickly without you being guaranteed that you're going to get customers. That is the first reason. The second reason is that competition is very fierce. Now, what I mean by fierce competition is this, that there are other competitors with bigger budgets, right? So obviously they'll outspend you. If they are spending you, which means they're getting the bigger chunk of the market, and you are unable to compete, especially if you are small and you've got limited financial resources to compete at that particular level. So again, that's one of the reasons why they fail. And then the third reason is that using paid ads without a very good social organic system or organic foundation. Now, at the end of the day, means that you're just wasting your ad spend, because there's nothing that those particular ads will fall back on. So you will always need at any given time a very good organic marketing system to support whatever marketing communications you're putting there. So the best thing to do is to go all organic and forget, as it were, forget about paid ad. Now, for most clients that we're working with, we always emphasize this, that rather you grow organically. If you're growing organically, what it basically means is that you can easily identify the actual reasons why people are buying from you, because paid ads can, of course, generate the kind of leads that you might want, but now you are using money to put yourself in front of them. If we were to strip away that budget, Can this business sustain itself? Can it survive? Especially looking from the aspect of small to medium level sized entrepreneurs where budgets are usually very slim. If you are to spend that kind of budget that you have on paid ads, chances are that you won't be able to generate the right kind of leads or grow without really compromising your budget, or without maybe even making the business bankrupt, or even ending up in so much debt that at the end of the day, it is not justifiable to continue running that particular business. Okay, so then what do you do? Then we're going to look at the organic marketing framework. The organic marketing framework that we always put them through and that we would like you to try out has got 3 pillars. There are 3 pillars in this, and the first pillar is visibility, and then value is the second pillar, and then conversion is the third pillar. All right, now let's quickly go and look at the first pillar, which is visibility. Now, under visibility, the first thing that you ought to be doing is to make sure that you optimize your social platforms, right? Optimize them as lead magnets, be it your Instagram, your IG, your Facebook. Optimize them as lead magnets. Now, a lot of people, what they do is they make them look like diaries where probably there is just information about what they are doing that does not really get leads, that does not really lead to any conversions. What you want your profile or your social profile to be doing at this stage is to make sure that it becomes a lead magnet that either captures leads or warms them up or takes them at least to the next stage of your sales funnel. Either you've got your website there on your profile, or you've got a call to action, you've got something within that profile that will capture your targeted audience. So always make sure that you optimize that. The second thing is that you need to make sure that you post content that solves real problems. Okay, now it's good obviously to post different types of content and so forth, but you need to be solving a problem. Remember, what they're looking for there is that they've got a pain point. Once they've got a pain point, they're looking for a way to alleviate the pain. So if you are that right kind of person who shows them the process or the how-to, or exactly you provide the solution on how they can alleviate the pain, then you become the most sought after entrepreneur as far as that particular pain point is concerned. So always post content that solves a real problem. Do not imagine problem. Don't hallucinate and think about things that are so complex and they are non-existent, or in your particular niche or market, those things are not of importance. So do not, I repeat, do not showcase solutions to problems that your targeted audience do not need. And then also use hashtags and also join groups to make sure that you find yourself in places or in all those localities where your audience or prospective clients are. These will make sure that they position you in the right kind of places so that you are visible, and then this can lead to inquiries, this can lead to conversions, and so forth and so forth. Okay, the second pillar there is value. When we're talking about value, saying be useful, right? Now, when you're being useful, the most important thing here is to make sure that your content is positioned either to educate, you need to inspire, or even entertain. All right, you're giving them value. If you're giving them value, then whatever value you're giving them could be value that resonates with exactly what they're looking for. You're educating them maybe about a particular process or about a particular product without really being salesy. At the end of the day, they can relate to what you're teaching them, and this could be your customers. The second thing that you can do is then you can use case studies there. In showcasing your value, use case studies, show exactly how a particular solution worked for someone else, or how it was used to bring satisfaction. Use stories, use short videos to educate, bring lessons into your content, and make it worth the time of the audience to make sure that they understand that there is value that they can get out of this. And if there is value, they will keep watching. And as they keep watching, they will see the value in what you're offering. And then these will then be converted into someone that comes closer and closer to the business through engagements, and eventually you convert those into your customers. And then the third thing that you must be doing under value is that you need to give before you ask. Okay, now this is always the trajectory of things. First, give free value. Now this leads to authority being seen as an authority. And if people view you as an authority because you are giving away things or gifts that actually work and they are performing exactly the way you said they'll perform, at the end of the day, these will then be converted into your clients. So always consider giving before you start asking for business. Right now, this will always build trust first, because you want that trust to be the foundation upon which each and every transaction that you make is founded on. So if there is trust, then you are able to gain those trust customers, and then they become loyal customers, and therefore you can even grow from these through referrals and stuff like that. Then your growth ends up becoming exponential growth. All right, the third pillar then is conversion. Then here you must be strategic. What I mean by strategic is that every content, every post must always end with a very strong and effective call to action. Now, in the call to action, you are basically instructing your audience on what exactly you want them to do. If you just leave them hanging without directing them on what you want to do, they won't take that particular step. Then you can tell them either to DM you can tell them to download a free tool, you can tell them here you're being intentional, you're being deliberate to tell them exactly, visit the website, click here, do this. They will follow your instruction if you're consistent in giving them those particular instructions. And these are the instructions that make them either warmer leads or that will always lead to the next stage of the funnel until you end up converting them into your customers. So always put very strong, very effective, intentional call to actions. Okay, the next thing that you need to do then is use lead magnets. Now in lead magnets, like I said, for instance, in this video right at the end, you will see that you can get the SMEC Growth Gold Tracker, free SME Gold Tracker you can download for free. Now that is an example of a lead magnet. Now what you're basically doing here is, one, you want to make sure that you've got a system that collects their contacts. If you've got a system that collects their contacts, then you're moving from just creating content to engagement with them. And then from those engagement, then you can now think of converting them. So there is a system, and this, unfortunately, for some niches or for some entrepreneurs, it takes time. So it will need a little bit of patience, it will need a little bit of nurturing, and eventually it will still produce those results. But you need to be consistent in doing this all the time. Make sure that you are giving out a lead magnet. There is a lead magnet, you're giving out a free offer, a free something. Now, this free something is already calculated into your particular offer. You know exactly that with this free gift that you're going to give, the offers that you will provide are going to be accepted. If they're going to be accepted, then it is worth giving out that particular template for free, or something else that you're issuing to your target audience. So basically, this is what you're doing. You are moving people from just seeing you to engaging with you, then to working with you. So make sure that you build a system where they are transitioning. It's a journey. You're causing the customer to transition from just viewers to people that engage with you to people that are now working with you. Okay, always build towards them working with you. Now, let's look at a few examples. Now, these are practical, and this is exactly some of the results that we have seen. There is a booking platform that we used to work with, some entrepreneurs who are running a booking platform here in South Africa, and they had a problem with getting clients. Now, what we then did there is that we sort of put them into a system where they document, right? Remember, a lot of people that are generating organic content, they're trying by all means to be creative. Now, in this case, the issue was to provide content that will resonate with the market. So what we asked them to do is to begin documenting the problem-solving solution for each and every client, from the time they begin their first engagement with the client, and then to moving them along the funnel until they post that prospective client as their client. Now, in so doing, this resonated with a lot of other clients out there, because they could see the system and they could see exactly how the problem was being solved, which means they were educating, they were also inspiring, all right? Meaning that there is value that they are giving to those people that are the audience of that particular business on socials or wherever it is they are watching. Now, by generating such value, this made them begin to close more and more clients. Their conversions have increased. Now they're seeing double figure percentages in client acquisition. So all of this because they put this organic system into place and it is working for them. Now, there is another, again, tech startup. Now, the biggest problem here also was that the tech startup was not generating any clients, right? What was the problem then? The problem was, again, in the way the marketing was done. They had a very superior product, very superior, very innovative, but the focus was mostly on the product. So if the focus is on the product, it means that you're focusing basically on you and yourself and your capacity, your capabilities, but you're not really speaking to the customer. Okay, so we had to turn that around, started educating people about the tech, about the industry, and then creating inspiration through those particular posts, creating some fun moments in order to entertain and so forth. And in no time already, they began to see massive growth in their conversions. So there are so many such examples, and we won't have enough time to cover them here. But the truth of the matter is this: the organic marketing blueprint that we're sharing with you here is a tried, is a tested a system that will always generate results all the time. And by the way, if you take note, in not any of the businesses that we've worked with ever used paid ads. We never ever encourage them to use paid ads. We want to make sure that with the minimum budgets that they have, they want to focus only on organic content and organic marketing strategies, not paid ads. This, if done well, if we followed exactly the way I've stated it, this could actually bring you the results that you're looking for as far as your growth and scaling your particular business. Now, at Phiri Consulting, this is what exactly we do. We do this. We help entrepreneurs like you build their organic system. So if you're interested in building that organic system, or you want us to help you build that organic marketing system, please don't hesitate to reach us. The details are down below. You can reach out via WhatsApp. You can check out our website. You can check out our LinkedIn. You can check out our IG. Everything is down there. Just leave us a message, even comment on this particular video, and then we'll reach out to you and see exactly how best we can help you. It's free to contact us. You're not paying anything. It is free to book a call. You don't pay anything. And let's have that talk. Let's have that discovery call and see exactly how we can help you. So remember, you don't actually need more money to generate clients or to increase your conversion to grow your business. You need a good organic marketing system. So again, don't forget that early preparation is always equals to excellent results. If you want to have those excellent results, reach out to us, comment, and then we can get in touch with you and help you along. Otherwise, this is Phiri Consulting. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.